Okay, Caitlin, so I know we didn't really get to talk too much last week because we went through the informed consent process and all that stuff. But I do know that you're talking about a little bit about having to move back home and how that's been kind of causing you some stress. So I was thinking maybe we could talk about that again and see what more information we can find out.
Yeah, so I was living on my own, and then I had to move back home with my dad and my brother. And my brother's driving me insane, having to live with him again. And I just want to strangle him.
So you had to move back home because
I graduated from my undergrad, and I'm in grad school.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is there's some issues that are coming up because you've moved back home. Is it like a freedom thing, or is it more relationships, or?
Yeah, it's really not freedom, or it's more just like living arrangements and having to deal with, everybody's different habits and just not seeing eye to eye on things.
And so I guess that this moving back in has kind of caused some other issues and brought up some other stressors.
Yeah, like my brother's just messy, and it stresses me out every time I come home because I have to deal with his mess, and he has no consideration for the fact that anybody else lives at home. And
so what I'm hearing is that you and your brother aren't really seeing eye to eye on living together.
Right.
Have you said anything to him? Have y'all had to try to have a conversation?
I say stuff to him all the time, but he's a typical boy and ignores me.
So it's also your dad living in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you said anything to him?
Yeah, I have. He says something to my brother occasionally about, being considerate of us, but he's busy with work, so it really isn't enforced that much.
So has that kind of affected your relationship on that end a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, I just stay annoyed. I try not to really resent him because I love him, but...
And so, with this being so stressful, has this created issues anywhere else?
I mean, it's kind of hard to focus on my schoolwork because I'm just distracted by my irritation. So I have to really force myself to, not let it get to me.
So what I'm hearing then is you kind of made this transition back home and transition to a new school, and then a lot of stress, and it's just kind of getting to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do you think would be a good step? Do you think having another discussion with your dad or your brother, or?
Yeah, maybe I could just, let them know that it is affecting me in other areas of my life. I'm not just annoyed by it for no reason, and then maybe they would see it differently.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that they just think that you're saying that and not seeing that you really are having issues with it?
Yeah, I think they think I'm just being petty. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have run out of time for this week.
Okay.
And so I think that for next time you can kind of, if you want, talk to your brother and your dad, maybe send them down and kind of see how that changed things and if it made a difference, and come back and we can talk about it and see if things have gotten better or if they've gotten worse, or if there's anything else we can kind of try and